Mini have always been known for making fun, quirky cars that are great to drive. But modern demands have changed. People are wanting bigger cars full of modern technology. So does the latest generation of Countryman still fit those three characteristics while reaching those demands? The petrol version is already out now and you can get it in 3 different engines. But with the modern days of electrification, there is actually an electric version coming out in April. Now back to the size, it actually is a really nice size. It's fitting those modern demands without actually being too big. So you're looking at the size of an Audi Q2, a BMW X1 or even a Cupra Formentor. Now compared to the previous generation, it's definitely a lot more streamlined, but you've still got those classic Mini traits.
Things like the blacked out pillars, the floating roof, and a crisp, clean look.
They've stretched it by 13 centimetres and height-wise by 6 centimetres, and you benefit with that a lot in the interior. But when you're driving it in terms of looks, it actually doesn't look that much bigger than the previous generation. They've been really clever with the way they've maximised the space. Now, regardless of trim level, you get an automatic tailgate as standard. In your C level, we're going to get 450 litres of room in our boot. You also get cubby holes either side and a little bit of space under the floor. Now if you go for the JCW, you actually get more space at 505 litres. Now if you're looking to tow or a little bit more practical, you go for the Countryman S in a level 2 or a level 3, you can get a tow bar and an additional extra. When it comes to speccing your Countryman, it can get a little bit confusing, so we're going to break it down for you. Now you start with your engine, so you can have your C, your S or your JCW. Then you get your trim level, your classic, exclusive, sport or JCW. And then when it comes to your level, it depends on which trim you get as to which levels are available. But they come quite simply in 1, 2 or 3. There are 3 engines to choose from. You have your C, which is what is on these 2 here. Now it's a 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine. We get 167 brake horsepower, 280 newton meters of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of 8.3 seconds. With the S, we get a 2 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine. Now this will give us 215 brake horsepower, 360 newton meters of torque, and thanks to the all-4 all-wheel drive system, a 0 to 60 time of 7.1 seconds. And then we have the JCW. Now we have a 2 litre twin-powered turbo petrol engine that gives us 300 brake horsepower, 400 newton meters of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of 5.4 seconds. Plus it also has the all-4 all-wheel drive.
When it comes to the exterior trim levels, it begins with the classic. You get elements like black glass and 17 or 18-inch alloys.
The exclusive trim is all about premium and sophistication. You get the smoky green colour, vibrant silver accents, as well as a choice of 18, 19 or 20-inch alloys.
The Sport hosts an individual front and rear design, black gloss and chili red, as well as 19 or 20-inch JCW alloys and black brake calipers.
And last but not least, the JCW, and well, in true JCW fashion, it's extra, it's beefy. We've got the chili red, we've got bonnet stripes, special alloys, big brakes. It's what we love about JCW Minis.
While there's a whole host of standard equipment such as heated steering wheel, mini navigation and parking assistant, you can customise these with your levels. In level 1 you get comfort access, mini heads-up display, auto anti-dazzle rear mirror, LED headlights, a wireless charging tray and heated front seats, plus more. As we move to level 2 you get all of the above, plus a panoramic glass sunroof, sun protection glass, Harman Kardon sound system and more. Lastly, level 3 has all of level 1 and level 2 features, plus interior camera, active seat for the driver, seat adjustment, electric with memory, parking assistant plus, mini navigation AR and more depending on your model.
The interior is a really fun place. You can see it by all the colours and everything, as well as the premium quality. Now what they've done is put cues from the geometry of classic Minis, and that's by reducing everything to just the essentials. So the biggest difference we're going to notice is by the toggles here. You've got your 3 main toggles, and the one that I can't get my head around is the engine, because you have to twist it instead of fighter pilot it. Now what we've seen over the last couple of decades and what Mini are renowned for is a circular display. But in the past it's been used for the speeder, you've had like a square display in the centre like in my GP, but now we have a world first OLED display.
Nearly everything is controlled from this screen, so you've even got your Mini experience mode. Now there's so many different types. These control things like the lighting, the soundtrack, and my favourite one is called personal. Now this you can actually add your own picture. So of course I chose Donnie.
And as much as I love Donnie being on the screen, look at this. Well, actually listen to this as soon as we put it into go-kart mode. Ready? A little woohoo. It's stylish yet sustainable. They use a premium recyclable materials. Even the seat, you wouldn't know they're not real leather.
And the attention to detail is next level. Even down to the storage compartment, you've got the colours everywhere, and the dash is knitted using a 2D technique. It creates a canvas for the projections in the modes. How crazy is that?
Mini have followed suit in terms of personal assistant. Now you can do this with a button on your steering wheel or by simply going, "Hey Mini." Well, there's something even cooler. If we go into our settings here, we can actually change it from the car. Now this goes to our little personal assistant, Spike. And look how cute he is. "Hey Mini." Look at him. Now it comes with 5 doors and 5 very generous rear seats. You get up to 94 centimetres of leg room. And can I just mention, this headroom is crazy. I mean, I'm quite tall, and do you know what? This is so spacious. You also got the attention to detail and the quality of the interior all followed through into the rear.
The final question we have to answer, does it drive like a Mini?
I'm going to state the obvious. Of course it feels bigger when you're in the cockpit. It's a bigger car. It's not going to feel the same as my little GP. But you got to remember, the people that are going to be buying this car are different to the people that are going to be buying a GP. Now in terms of space, it's very spacious, it's very airy. It makes it a really nice place to be. The visibility is great, you don't feel too high up, and you also don't feel too wide on the road, which can be a problem with a lot of SUVs. It's just really super nice to drive, soaking up all the bumps. The steering is a really nice weight. But the thing is with Minis is obviously we still want a little bit of enjoyment on a drive. So can we get that with the Countryman? One thing with it, this is obviously the 1.5C engine. So starting off in your normal modes might have that little bit of lag if you're used to more power. But as soon as you put it into go-kart mode, it pretty much eliminates that. So I think for the foreseeable, I'll be keeping it in go-kart mode. So when you are going on your B-Road Blast, I'm not going to shy around the fact that there is a little bit of body roll. I mean, it's crossover, it's what we expect. But when you put it in the crossover category, it definitely shines. The steering, the brakes, the acceleration, the way the cars feed back into you, it's just what you expect from a Mini. And it's nice to see that as times are changing, they're still staying true to themselves with that. Obviously the GP is one extreme, but when you're mixing in the space and everything you get with this new Countryman, it's worth that little bit of sacrifice, because when you do get that backcountry road, you're still smiling when you're on it. And that's rare with an SUV, you don't really experience that. The balance on the corners, it's lovely. It's easy to put the inputs into the car. You can easily moderate it with the throttle. Your brakes are really firm. You know what you're doing with them. They're not spongy, they're not empty. You know the pressure you're putting on. And that might sound a little bit weird in terms of the way I'm describing it, but if you know, you know. Even the 1.5 litre engine, you know, you've got trust in it. You've got enough power that you can overtake, you can pull out onto a motorway, pull out onto a junction. Traction wise, it's wet, we've had no slippages, the front wheel drive is working really, really well. All I can imagine is what that JCW is going to be like. You know, you've got the all-4, you've got more power, you've got the twin-powered turbo. I'm a petrol head girl that likes something fast. I'm not in the position in my life where I need all the room. But for things like the dog, if I was to go down to one car, the JCW Countryman would be perfect for me, because you've got everything from the GP that I love, but also then that practicality. And to be honest, it's a car that it's going to make you smile every day you go in it, whether that's from the drive or some of the systems like Spike or the noise it makes when go-kart mode comes on. It's always going to put a little smile onto your face. And to be honest, that's what I love about Mini. I will always be a Mini girl at heart. I mean, I've had 3, and the Countryman has not disappointed me. It's fun, it's quirky, and it's really great to drive. So there we have it, guys. You all know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.